Let me hit record. Jackie, did I mess up and hit it twice? Am I recording? Hey, Jackie.
Yeah, you're recording. Yes, you're recording.
All good? How's that? Okay, good morning, everybody. Please rise for the opening pledge of allegiance and prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Williams, please lead us into prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have granted us. Father, be with us as we do the business of Mills County. Father, bless our land with some rain. Father, be with us as we travel and go support the Lady Eagles and the Eagle basketball team. Father, guide us and direct us in all that we do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, good morning, everybody. Today's date's Monday, February 26, 2024. And if you haven't noticed, our air conditioner is out at the Commissioner's courtroom. We have 16 units, and this is the unit that decided to go out today. Guy Burns is on top of it. The heating and cooling people are supposed to be here shortly. So, number 2, review and act on minutes, February 12th, 2024. Commissioners, you look at your package. Sam, Jamie, good morning. Any changes, comments, we need to do on review and acting on minutes? Does they look good? I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes of February 12th, 2024. I made a motion second. Was that Commissioner Williams made second? Commissioner Williams made the second. All those in favor of approving the minutes of February 12th, 2024, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 3, audience of individuals. I don't guess we have any audience of anybody today.
No, sir.
Moving on, number 4, consider and act on approving accounts payables. Commissioners, you go through your packets. They're coming to accounts payables. Y'all's electric bill double. Or is it just around that?
Yeah, it doubled.
Too much or just double?
Well, it's on that one, they check it once or twice a year type thing, and then they play catch up.
Okay, John.
Make a motion to approve the accounts payable.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the accounts payables. I'll second that motion. Any other discussion on accounts payables? All those in favor of approving the accounts payable, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 5, consider and act on burn ban. Commissioner Williams, I think you wanted this, and I've done my diligence checking with our fire chiefs in Mills County. As y'all know, the policy I have is check their 4 fire chiefs to see what they all think. Comments, and we'll go through the commissioner's court, everybody can give their comments. So I contacted 2 fire chiefs who are in favor of putting the burn ban on in Mills County. 2 fire chiefs were opposed to putting the burn ban on. According to Captain Fire Chief Swartz, there have been about 6 fires in Mills County in the last 10 days. Forecast is no rain for this week, possibly next week, of course, high of 93 today. So commissioners, we'll discuss this and we'll call for a vote. Y'all got any comments? Pros or cons or?
Half and half, I guess.
Yeah, but
That's
that's
where they don't have livestock on places, it's, the grass is really. And
Yeah.
that's what's happening with the last fire, is they couldn't get to them,
yeah,
But most of them were started from equipment too,
and,
though.
yeah, they were, you're exactly right.
So burn down on or off, it don't matter.
yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem putting it on, you know, come time to eclipse, but I mean, you know, during that time, but
Well, sure, that's what we're here to discuss.
Maybe we should wait another couple weeks or something like that.
I would, I mean, that's just my opinion, but
Good, valid point.
Okay. So we'll take a vote then overall, I guess, any of the comments? I do agree with the upcoming, eclipse, which is April the 8th. Sure probably needs to have a burn ban. We'll see what the weather conditions are like. So, any other comments, commissioners?
I think we're greening up and showing our person.
Okay. Do we need to take a motion to leave it off then, or do we?
No, you only did motion to put it on.
Yeah, okay, okay, so no action will be taken then. All right, commissioners, that sound good? I don't care. Okay, okay, no action will be taken. Moving on. Number 6, discussion of CTIF grants. I've been talking to Miss Victoria McKee on Brownwood. This is the grant program she's been proposing. And commissioners, in your packets, there was a proposed deal from 2020. Now, I've talked to her several times, and what this is in regards to Mills County can qualify up to $76,134, Commissioner Portman, is that right? Something like that, grant material. Now, Commissioner Portman happened to be in my office last week, and I was on a conference call with Victoria McKee. We did visit with her about what all we could do. You know, and this is all for discussion, consider an act. My proposal is to keep it simple. I mean, you can do culverts, concrete, road hire, et cetera, but you have to do invoices, the project first has to be approved. If we do this, we got to approve the project, whatever it is, base material, whatever. And I was, you know, she always called, I was thinking base material might be the easiest way to go with this if we do it. We qualify for $76,154. Again, if we do this, the projects that we propose to do have to be sent to them. They have to approve it, then it comes back, and then we have to bill them with invoices each time we're doing work. Any Commissioner Parker, you want to add to that?
I've talked to this lady several times since I've been, you know, but, talking to her the other day in Jets. Probably the best thing you can do is just get material and not even consider your hands, your trucks or anything else, because then it gets complicated.
Yeah, so you're just saying hire it done and get it.
No, just get road material. She said you can do that.
So how do you pick it up? You're just saying buying it.
Just using it like you'd use your regular equipment.
Am I reading this correctly, that the county has to do $19,000 to match?
Do I?
It says here that the county shares $19,000.
That's not what I don't.
I didn't
it's a
think so.
matching deal.
Let's look at the wrong spreadsheet.
Which worksheet?
From 2020?
So we're looking at an old one.
One of them was the old one, the other one's just,
but if you,
Well, it's only saying that they're gonna pay 90%. That's what you're reading? Yeah. So there is a cost on your side.
well, I mean, yeah, there's gonna be a cost, because I mean, if you consider your road hands and stuff like that, I mean, that's gonna be your cost.
Well, but Dale's saying that.
I know, but I mean, you use this to pay for the material, and then the in-kind part would be you using your equipment and road hands putting it out, wouldn't it?
Do you have to prove that out to them? You have to prove that out to them, how you did income work.
What she told us the other day, you can do it one of two ways, you can keep up with your labor rate, your machine hire, but that's gonna limit your road material. And you got to prove all, that ain't that machine 7 or 8 hours, but not being used but two. They got to approve all of that, so the best way around it, she said that's what a lot of the counties have done, is just furnish your hands and stuff, just like they were working, which they are, working on the edge of the road and your road material.
So will I be
So what I-
responsible?
In-kind part, she didn't mention that. Everything I've been through, they suggest the counties do it. You
I
know,
saw that on 2020, they have an in-kind part, I don't know why they would have it on this one.
I don't.
And
Right.
what is it, and then what, how do we prove it up, and who proves it up? I'm just asking questions.
Just by doing the road material, you get an invoice for your road.
Mhm.
You wouldn't have any fuel and labor. But you got it, shop, or welcome or whoever. You just have their invoice and they would approve it or not.
Well, and so that's a little different from what they, when they originally approached us, they said you had to have a project and you couldn't just say the material was material.
Yeah.
You had to have where it's gonna go, what road it's gonna go on.
You still gotta do that. You gotta designate where you're putting it and they have to approve it.
It's kinda like that.
Which all they got into before, everybody was wanting to do concrete, and you're gonna have to have an architect and an
Right.
engineer. And by the time you do that, you have no money left to work with.
Yeah, if I'm reading this right,
Three low water crossings and then one was to cover road, so.
And that's back in 2020, whatever happened on that project?
It's the same one.
Same one.
Yeah, you
Well,
have 5
actually,
years to get it done and so
we
there's a year
did.
left.
We did the deal on 508, but I didn't know if we didn't get it approved. I thought it was.
no, each job, each time has to be approved and agreed. It's over, it has to be evaluated. And close it out.
And if somebody don't wanna do it, precinct, money does not have to be split.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
If one
It's
one
gotta be
precinct
spent
wanted
in
to
the
do
county.
all 76,000, they could do one precinct could do all 76,000.
Well, Commissioners, this is just for discussion, and, again, what I'm hearing may be best just go for the road-based material, keep it simple. Mr. Ward, is that what I'm kind of hearing from
Well,
you?
you can, I mean, we can do that, but you still gotta designate where it's gonna go.
No.
Yes.
You all want to put this back on, y'all each come back in 2 weeks, our next commissioners court. Designate where you want what county roads you want the road-based material put on.
I don't mind starting the deal on the other end of 508, because we're gonna have to put in a couple of drainage fields and then 1.4 miles. Which if we use road material and put in the drainage, that should be around. one drain. So, yeah, but, what is it,
April of 25, yeah.
and I will find out on the in-kind, because she didn't mention anything about.
Yeah, I don't remember mentioning that either.
Well, what she's reading is down there in the bottom. If your county,
I don't know if we're considered economically disadvantaged county. You have 90%. If your county is not economically disadvantaged, you have to share 80%.
I would assume that we are, I don't mind, or Jack can talk there.
Yeah, I'll be glad to contact her. I'll reach out and visit with her in the in-kind work, okay? Any other discussion on the CPIF grant? We can put it back on in the next commissioner's court. Meanwhile, I want y'all to be thinking about possibilities of roads that you might want to use for road-based material, okay?
That's all changed, because even when we started with those bridges, they were gonna be a 90-10, and they came back in the state plan for all.
Okay.
But you know,
Okay, Any other comments on discussion of a CTI grant? Hearing none, we'll move on to number 7, considering active use of the 1888 jail. Mr. Bourne, I think you wanted this on the agenda, or what we're trying to do is figure out what our plan is for the 1888 jail. I've called Mr. Bill Malone here today, and I think last Commissioner's Court meeting, I mentioned that Mr. Malone was fine either downstairs in the basement or at the 1888 jail. Now, the latest news on the 1888 jail, we have finished the electrical work. This is from Guy Burns. And the only thing else remaining that I'm aware of in the 1888 jail are the light fixtures, which shouldn't be too much. County Attorney Hell and I will be discussing the fixtures. I'm sure the next Mills County historical meeting, which kinds we want.
Well, I told him, I thought the 4-foot fluorescent fixtures were very functional and just fine. And I got a lot of pushback. Saying that they weren't historically pleasant to the eye.
Yes. And personally, I mean, I would love for, I think,
Guess you put candles, I mean, that would keep it back on the,
yeah, really old days.
I mean,
These lights are beautiful, but you can't see a thing in here.
right,
So,
but I'd make it put back to historical factor, candles.
but I, other than having said that, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Personally, I would like to see our future county attorney's office and whatever he has out there in the 1888 jail. Just we've spent the money on it, and I think it'd be a good county attorney's office.
Well, but the only thing that gets me is if moving out there is it ADA approved, and I don't know how much accommodations that would need if somebody needed to come in, because that jail is not anywhere. I mean, those front steps to get up and the back steps, you can't come in and get around the ladder, the stairwell. That would be my only concern if somebody had, but I guess he could come and eat them in the courthouse on the other side of that. But if that's the case, then why don't he just have an office in the courthouse? I don't mean, that's the only concern that I have,
Yeah.
but,
Mr. Parker, comments?
Oh, I still stick with my guns. I think it'd be a huge draw if it was open to the public, but we're spending an awful lot of money on it, and it never really said whether we were gonna use it for all place or anything else.
what would it be, Gerald, if the historical commission moved their offices over there? I mean, they've got all the pictures and maps.
Yeah, we're just discussing about that. Of course, the historical commission meets once a month for about 2 hours. And other than that, there's nobody in the office. So I mean, if you're gonna use it for some sort of historical, meeting place or something where the public is invited to come in and look at something, you're gonna have somebody there.
Well, and I got concerns too on the going upstairs to the jail, or the old staircase definitely's got some issues.
Yeah, I mean, and there's been really not much emphasis at all on the second floor. I mean, that's way on the back burner as far as the historical commission is concerned, because the expense and significance of it. But the bottom part, I think, is nearly ready.
Bottom part's just nearly ready. And I've told Mr. Malone too that we've got some desk in the courthouse time area that he's welcome to use if he does. If that is the plan for him to have his office there.
And I think on the ADA business, I think there are some exemptions on historic buildings. Not sure what they are, but I know there's some leeway on historic buildings, and that's definitely a historic building.
And there's also that side door. I don't know if you could ever do a ramp or something there or not. I looked into it.
I don't know, restrooms and all that. So,
Yeah. Well, the restroom is on the first floor, of course. So,
yeah, but getting in, couldn't get a chair and.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Commissioners, any other comments, or do y'all want to table this? Keep discussing it.
Is that where we're headed with it? Is definitely office space.
Well, as far as I know right now, Bill, did you have anything you want to add to it? You want to come up here and, give your comments on future office for a county attorney?
wherever y'all want to put me, assuming I'm sworn in. Now, I have been told for years that I do belong in jail, so if that makes any difference. But, no, really, wherever y'all want to put me is fine. I like the idea of being in that old jail. So if everything else is equal, and it may not be, but if anything else is equal, I would choose the old jail. But truthfully, if that's not what y'all want, then I'm fine with whatever.
If it don't work out on the first floor, you can go to another place.
Right, just don't like it.
Well, that's a good, thank you, Bill.
I mean, I think, I mean, we need to do something, because I mean, we spend a lot
Yeah.
of money. A lot of money just for a building to be locked and shut down, no one ever sees
Well,
it.
that's why I'm thinking we could have the county attorney there most of the time, during the week. He wouldn't be every day, but he'd be there most of the week, have his office there. So, Sam, you got something? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, Judge. So we visited briefly about this probably 6 to 9 months ago.
Come to the microphone, Sam.
We visited about this briefly a year plus ago when y'all first started the project. But if the county wants to use that as office space, we need to tie that into the courthouse's network.
Yeah, I think the next step is the internet connection.
Yes, sir. But to be clear, we're not asking for an internet connection like directly with the phone company. We're asking for it to be tied back into the courthouse's network so that we don't have to duplicate server, firewall, all the stuff that we already have here. We have done a preliminary look at that. There's conduit from this building out to the corner of the property, but there would be a conduit that would need to be put underground from this corner of the property back into that building to tie that into where it could be used as office space on the county system.
And assume we do that, we have a company we can get to do that work for
Yes,
us.
sir. So we usually use subcontractors for that. It would, there's obviously a cost to it. We just recently did a project for Brown County and it was pretty significant, and the total cost was $30,000, but they were going about 2 blocks. So I don't expect it to be that by any means, and there may be a way that we can work with your local Central Texas Telephone to see if they might be interested.
They did wonderful work, but there's Mr. Wheelie right there, guys.
And helping with that,
Okay.
but just know that there is a cost to that. No matter what you put over there, we do need to tie that into the county's network.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, commissioners, any more comments on the 1888 jail?
I think that Dale was just saying, I mean, that the reason he really wanted this on there was the money.
I agree.
And we haven't set down what we're gonna do with it. And I think we started this with Kirk remodeling that jail. I mean, that's 6, 7 years ago, so.
Well, I agree. It's
So it done nothing. So-
good to have it on the agenda. I'm glad we got on there, just getting the plan out.
So,
I
I
think
mean,
since I've been in here, we've done mortar work, which that's gonna have to be done all the way through time. Redone the floors, did all the painting, put the heat air back. deal.
heating, cooling.
Heating and
Plumbing
cooling.
work.
And
Windows.
now the windows and now the electric. And there's never been, we are gonna do this with this builder. You know, it's just. Not very smart.
I don't know, we could ask the museum if they're interested, but I doubt it because they're just barely making it down there at their museum now. They wouldn't want a second building.
Yeah, they're in the process of getting the elevator in the museum, several things too, so I think they're happy there. And it wouldn't be big enough for all,
No, I'm just saying that for another
meeting place.
another place, but.
Well, I agree with Commissioner Ford. I want to have someone in there, whatever that group is, and I think the county attorney is the best deal we got for having someone in there full time pretty well. So, any other comments, commissioners?
If he was in there and he was there and somebody wanted to look, he could go out and look.
Did you hear that question? Yeah. You don't mind being a tour guide too, huh?
What, I didn't hear that.
If the county attorney was in there and somebody came up and wanted to look, he could okay them to look, or.
I can't understand what you're saying.
If he was in there and using it for office, and somebody came up and wanted to look, it'd be okay for him to show them around.
Well, if he wanted to. That'd be up to him and his staff, I guess.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion.
I personally probably wouldn't put up with it, but.
It's gonna be constant if you're in there. I think anytime the door is open, they're gonna try to come in. Every time I'm ever over there, ask Guy, I mean, every time Guy's in there, somebody's gonna come in.
And I'm giving.
Now, I might share something with you. The, old jail in Comanche, Chris Hill bought that from the county years ago and put his title company and his law practice in there. And, he's been in, this was, I don't know, 15 years ago or more. And, he owns the jail. He bought it from the county. And, he's always been agreeable with anytime somebody comes by to give them the 10-cent tour, I guess. But, again, that's just Chris and what he's doing over there. Anybody that's in there is gonna be totally up to them, I guess, unless now you're talking about putting Bill in there. I mean, there's a possibility somebody else might want to go in there. I don't, you got the Chamber of Commerce. Anybody looking for county offices, I guess, that could be put in.
Yeah. Well, commissioners, in the discussion. I'm gonna make a motion that we put our future county attorney, Bill Malone, in the 1888 jail.
So don't we need to figure out how much it's gonna cost to get internet and all that?
Well, that's a good point too. We can hold off and, see. Get some prices, Sam, on how much it's gonna cost for internet before we do anything.
Sure. Yeah, to be clear, this is a one-time, if you tie it back, sorry.
Back up here.
Yes, to be clear, if we tie it back into this building, which is our strong recommendation, then it would be a one-time cost, no monthly recurring costs. So it's not something you're paying for ongoing like you would if you were, bought another household or something like that. But we can get a cost proposal put together and, I might be able to.
Okay. Mr. Wrigley's here, okay, good.
They could help us out, not to put you on the spot.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Sam. Any other questions for Sam? Well, hearing this, I'm gonna make a motion, we table this. Now, I started the motion, but did I finish that motion or not?
You did finish that motion.
Well,
I gave you a second, so.
That motion died from a lack of second.
okay. I'd like a second. Someone want to start the next motion?
That you just did.
Well, I'll make a motion that we table this on the 1888 jail. A second has been made by Commissioner Porter. All those in favor of tabling the 1888 jail, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Moving on, number 8, consider an act on IT hardware recycling. Sam, I guess that's you again, sir. And then Wiggler, you're up next.
Yes, sir. So this is the formality that was come to y'all for, that.
Jackie, can you hear?
On now.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Hear Sam at the
Testing
microphone?
1, 2.
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, it's picking it up somewhere. To be clear, the recycling item before you is formality. This is to take the old computers that have been removed off of your inventory. The process is the same as it is before, that the hard drives get removed, those remain on site. Those are kept for 6 months, and then they have to come back before you to destroy that, because we have to keep that data for a retention time period and then get approval to destroy it. This is just sending everything to recycling. There's no cost for the recycling, and we'd ask that you consider this for approval.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions? Comments?
I make a motion, we approve the IT hardware recycling list that is presented to us.
Okay, motion has been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the IT hardware recycling.
Second.
Second's been made by Commissioner Head. Any end of discussion? All those in favor of approving the IT hardware recycling, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 9, consider an act on the fiber contract from CTTC for connection between the LEC and the courthouse. And Mr. Wiggly is in here too, if you need to consult with him or anything.
Yes, sir, and I'll be happy to let them answer any questions that you might have, but basically, this is something that we've talked about in the budget process. We're trying to get a private connection between the courthouse and the law enforcement center, which is going to add private internal communication where we can have stuff located at the law enforcement center and it talk back to the courthouse. It also is going to allow us to take advantage of the new Starlink service that we're putting at the law enforcement center as a backup in case of an internet failure. With this connection in place, it would allow the courthouse to keep operating as well as the law enforcement center to keep operating in the event that the internet service goes down for CTTC or just in general this area. The cost of this, Commissioner Williams worked on this. We've been talking about this in the IT committee meeting. There's a one-time cost of $4,220, and that's pretty much just for the labor and what it takes to get this set up. And that's from Central Texas Telephone. The annual cost moving forward is $527.50. And I will tell you that I wouldn't even call that price competitive. I would call that a free gift because no other carriers we deal with would do anything for that amount of money.
So Mr. Wiggins gonna come up.
Just gonna clarify, the 4220 is for a 20-year lease, is at fiber, it's not for labor, we didn't charge anything, we had to drop it and splice it.
Yes, sir.
It's 2.11 miles, it's $2,000 a mile, it's a one-time fee for 20 years, so, indefeasible right of use lease is what it is, and then the $527 is annual maintenance, anything that has to be done to it, which that lightning strike over here a few months ago or something like that. So that's what it's.
Sounds like a very good deal. Commissioners, questions?
Y'all have any questions?
So you can tie the sheriff up to the courthouse office.
Yes, sir.
Well, then how hard is it to do that then?
So this would be tying this back into the courthouse and then it would have access to this. We haven't talked to Central Texas about a lease for that, so maybe that's a possibility. This is all.
Run to the sheriff's orders in the house, so there really wouldn't be any construction. And if you want to keep it aesthetic, it's going to be buried, unless you want aerial type of building out. Y'all want aerial.
I don't know if we can go aerial with the historical commission.
And I would think.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
You might, if you could, Mr. Wiggins, give us a quote, Jamie.
Is that from?
Line in there, out here in this box.
So there's a conduit path from this building on this side of the building back around to this here. It has the Central Texas fiber in it that's bringing internet service to this building. It has the Frontier cable in it that's still copper that runs stuff with the DMV system. And then it's highly possible that we're about to put fiber in that from Frontier as well, because the DMV system, which is state ran, is switching over to fiber. And they require you to use the local phone company. I know they're local, but they're not the incumbent. So the major cost of the conduit, that's what interrupts your yard, and that's the highest cost of labor to put that in. That's in place. So we just got to get a conduit from this corner where you see like the transformer and all of this equipment on the corner back to this building, which would be directional boring, meaning where they bring a boring machine and they don't interrupt your yard, they just go under it.
It's not even cheap. We don't do it ourselves, we sell it out, we don't have a little cheap. Okay, there's a reason. Yeah. Okay. We'd be glad to help. Sure. But, it would take the direction board.
So to be clear, Commissioner, the reason they can do this other thing so inexpensively is because they already have all the infrastructure in place. They're just literally connecting it. In this case, that infrastructure is not in place, so we've got to get it there one way or
Okay. Commissioners, other questions?
The only other thing is if we could ask and see if you could get it aerial, that would be the only thing to go from the historical commission, but I think we'd have to go through them to allow that.
We talked about it. I would not recommend it for several reasons. One, it would have to come up, the historical commission won't approve it coming aerial to this building. Based on other projects that we've done with them. That was the whole goal of restoring the building, is get rid of all of that area, electrical cable, etc. We could rise at this box out here, but there aren't the poles in place. There's a single pole and a pole that's kind of a little bit southern engineered to begin with. And you have to have pole attachment agreements. I mean, you have costs associated with attaching to those poles. You can't just attach to it just because. And then you open yourself up to the lightning challenge. So I would not recommend putting it aerial for the short amount of distance you have. We can get you a quote on directional boring. Like I said, I threw out that number that we did on the project of 30,000 because that came in at about half the cost that we did the previous project because we found a new subcontractor. But it was a significant distance, so, you know, I don't see it being less than 10,000 just because there's liability and permitting and all that
So
stuff.
we talked to the co-op.
But we can get a cost.
One of y'all's directional boring company to come to look at the drainage system up here. And it was gonna be pretty significant just to do the yard, so.
That y'all use 4 different companies, right? We all use 4 different companies for boring, yes.
Okay, other questions, commissioners? Mr. Wiggler, thank you for your professionalism. We couldn't get by without CTTC in Mills County and all the special work you've done for us and everyone else.
Yeah, well, while I got the opportunity, I just thank you all for working with us because we work very closely with each commissioner on getting our fiber deployed throughout the county. And if people don't realize the impact of what that is, it's a big deal to have fiber everywhere. And I didn't ever really think I'd see it in my career to go up, to have what we've done out in rural areas like we have. If it wasn't for y'all, it wouldn't be possible either. So thank you.
And just to piggyback off his statement, is the legislators tied their hands on some of this fiber stuff too, not just what they're doing with us on unfunded mandates. They've done it to them. They got to get it within a house within so many days, don't you? 10 days. So you got to have it within the location. Yeah. And so.
That's a big deal.
You've been instrumental in helping us and everybody in Central Texas. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Okay, commissioners, I'll make a motion. We approve the fiber contract from CTTC for connection from the law enforcement center and the courthouse.
That's written.
Do you want to?
As written in the agreement.
As written in the agreement.
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made by me, second by Commissioner Williams. End the discussion. All those in favor of approving the agreement, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 10, consider an act on purchase of the 3 additional cameras to cover the basement area of the courthouse. Mr. Sam Goldsmith, you're up again.
Good morning. This is related to the camera project that was wrapped up a week and a half ago. That is working. The thing that came to light in that project is the original spec called for cameras to be replaced anywhere that they were located. As you recall, we went through multiple revisions of cameras for the courthouse, cameras for the law enforcement center. And somewhere in that process, the vendor missed, I missed, others on our team missed, that they shorted you 3 cameras. Like they didn't charge you for them. They didn't propose them in all the different phases of revisions. And so there are 3 cameras that are needed in the basement. If you go down there today, there is 1 camera there because we shifted it from another location so that we could cover the election room because we have this current election. The vendor, which is ASAP Security Services, originally set its proposal that was for about $12,000, which included installation, cabling, routing, wiring, painting, travel, etc. I told them that I would not present that to y'all. And so we ran the cable and done all the work on our end to get it ready. And so the only additional cost that's needed to get these 3 cameras in place is just the physical 3 cameras license, which that should be in your packet. It's a total cost of $4,392.63. This is a one-time cost. There's no recurring cost moving forward. There's no license moving forward. There's no annual fee. Every camera system's a little bit different, so I just want that to be clear. So I would be welcome any of your questions or ask for your consideration.
And the commissioners, the company has come in here that did all the patchwork, all the holes or punch wall, whatever they've been in. I guess they came in Friday or this weekend, everything taken care of.
Okay.
And I talked to Guy Burns this morning, said they did an excellent job here and then at the 1888 jail.
Yeah, so to be clear, when this building was restored, there are chaseways in the building, meaning like cavities in the building that conduit and routing cabling goes through, but there weren't access panels, kind of like what you see here in the ceiling. There were chaseways that didn't have an access panel at all, so there's no way to get back to it without cutting a hole in it. And so Guy's been working on getting those patched. I think we put one on the 2nd floor in this jury room, And then there was one other location that had to be patched, and then there was some minor painting of conduit so that it blends in and you don't see it. But other than that, that project was challenging on multiple levels. We've talked about that internally to improve and to communicate with the vendor properly. But this building, being historic nature, we knew it was going to be challenging from a routing standpoint, and we were able to conceal all of that without having to go back to the historical commission and say we're creating, conduit on the ceiling or something that they wouldn't allow, and to get their approval. We did add one piece in the basement, which was parallel to something they'd already approved, and so that didn't present any challenges.
Okay, commissioners, questions?
Would this be paid for? I know we had money in the IT budget, but I don't know where the armaments for the security restricted funds.
It should be in the online, so I think. Before that, I think he wants to make a motion. So, the check.
That would,
Okay.
I think that would expedite the process.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you're open to that. I would appreciate that.
Just make a motion.
Commissioner Williams, you get all that?
Approve first and then approve that we're gonna do it and then make a motion to pay for it. Or if you can make it all together, I don't know. Gerald, does it need to be separate?
I think they could be together, combined.
Yeah, I think we can find it together. Commissioner Williams, you want that?
Take it out of the security fund? Is that where we're wanting to take it?
IT budget. IT budget.
I make a motion that we approve. Read this correctly. The purchase of 3 additional cameras to cover the basement area of the courthouse. Of a total of $4,392.63 to be paid out of the IT budget.
Okay. So good enough for you, Tom?
That work.
Do we need to put it? As of today?
As of today's date.
Yes, yes. That way you're giving me approval on today to go ahead and put the check in and,
As of today's date, the check we put in.
okay,
Through the accounts payable.
thank you.
Okay, we have a motion, Commissioner.
Yes.
We have a motion by Commissioner Williams to approve the 3 additional cameras in the basement of the courthouse to be paid for today on the IT budget. This is motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second's been made by Commissioner Roberto Head. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, Sam. Moving on, number 11, we're gonna go in closed session pursuant to code section 551.00. We're gonna go into executive session to discuss security camera access policy. It'd be myself and the 4 commissioners, Mr. Sam Goldsmith and County Attorney Gerald Hess. I believe that's all that's supposed to be present. Sam, Sheriff, okay, and Sheriff Tony Poole.
Have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make that motion. Yes. I made the motion to go into executive session. Commissioner Williams is second. All those in favor of going to executive session, say aye. Aye. The time is 9:43 a.m. Going executive session. All right.
Well,
Yeah, we're after that.
yeah.
Okay. Second, is it recorded? What else? Okay, don't start, that's all. Okay, I won't start this on. My God, it's like an oven in here. Okay. The second one gets started. Okay. The time is now 10:04. We're back from executive session. And we're now on number 12. Consider an act on security camera access policy. So I'm gonna make a motion that the access code for the new security cameras be limited to the Mills County Sheriff and the county judge. Second is my motion. Second has been made by Commissioner Williams. All those in favor of approving the motion, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 13, Commissioners' requests and reports. Commissioner Wright, go ahead.
Been doing a little paperwork, filling potholes. I contacted Tex Dot. They will be delivering some material to our yard, the end of March. I will get a amount that they're gonna deliver and then bring it back to the court for approval. That's all I have.
Okay, Commissioner Head.
We've done work on the EMS along with everybody else. We hauled some material on a few county roads and, waiting on some more rain.
Yeah, all right. Okay, Commissioner Dale.
Of course, like everybody else last week, worked up at the EMS or the EMS and law enforcement center, back out on the roads, putting in a couple of tin horns, background shoesters. Got a couple of fence rows that we need to clear yesterday. And so that's about it. Need some more marching and be on tomorrow.
Okay, Commissioner Williams.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a little bit of a report on the LEC project that we worked on last week. It was great to have all of us up there, trying to get everything done in a few days. I hope that the law enforcement center and all that, like, it looks like it's gonna work, but we won't know until it rains. So, you might move that old boat up there at the top and see if you can ride it down. I don't know, and maybe so. But, just to let y'all know, we did, 223 tons of rock that we moved over there. And then we had, 3 loads of about 15 yards. Is that what that was from, old iron material?
15, 3 loads in belly
50,
dump,
yeah.
one on the dump truck. So.
Yeah. Little bit of pavement that we moved over there for the time of EMS. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 equipments that were different pieces of equipment that were used. If you sat down and did the labor hours and the usage and all that, this project probably, what we spend in this project is probably pushing anywhere from about $25,000 to $30,000 what the county did for the 4 precincts working on that. We're still waiting on the curb work to be done by Taylor Construction. As soon as they get that done, we'll have a better knowledge of how we fix that. They're also gonna do a couple over there, kind of where James Purcell parks over there. We're gonna work on the curb right there with cement when Taylor Construction comes. So there'll be a little bit more work up by that gate over there itself. And then the only other thing is we had to get a couple more fittings they didn't have last week to tie those two downspouts, so what's there, behind the air conditioning units. And we'll go back, but we don't need back in we'll just need in the Southport area there, so. But other than that, I think we're pretty good until we see a rain. Does anybody have any questions on that, concerns? Anyway, so we'll be doing that. The rest on my precinct, we're out blading and trying to get some areas taken care of. Moisture was perfect last Thursday and Friday to blade, so, but it may be getting too hot today and tomorrow, so who knows? So I don't know. But, other than that, let you know that I will be out of town on Thursday and Friday. I am going to San Antonio to watch my Lady Eagles play, girls play. Julia will be going tomorrow. She's got to go to San Antonio to watch her little grandson play. So the Lady Eagles and the Eagle basketball are way, way deep in the playoffs. First time the Lady Eagles had been there in 24 years, so pretty special. Then the other thing is the next week, not this week, but next week, I'm gonna be limited around because Sarah's getting married the next weekend. So Shelley and I got lots of guests and people coming in, so.
Busy.
Busy for me. Just one of the FYI, y'all.
I would like to add another thing, the rock that we hauled, I don't think we realized it was gonna be as big a rock as it was. It may not be as pleasing to the sight, but I don't think it'll wash away.
Good. Okay, well, first off, on the impound yard, commissioners, that was a great collaborative effort. All y'all did a great job. I went and checked it out. I was out of town those 3 days, but a good collaborative effort, y'all and all your hands. I'm on number 14, judges reports. Early voting will be continued from 7 to 7 the rest of this week. This Thursday, I'm going to be up for 3 meetings in Belton with Central Texas Council of Governments, the Rural Transportation is going to have their own separate meeting, and the overall Hill Country Transit. As I mentioned earlier, we got issues with the Hill Country Transit. I don't know what's going to happen. The urbans are wanting to break away from those rural people. So we're going to see what happens. Encore news. I've had some people inquire about what's going on with the Encore. So here's an Encore update to refresh everybody's memory. The transmission lines with the appraisal district and Encore have been in litigation for, I don't know, a year and a half or so. And this came from Lori Friedrich. Lori says, I spoke with our attorney, James Evans. He stated that they learned last Friday that the Supreme Court will be hearing oral arguments in this case on March 21st, beginning at 9 a.m. The court consolidated this case with another Encore case against another central appraisal district. And the attorneys will both be appearing on behalf of the district on the 21st. And I think the figure amounts for Mills County was about $300,000 for the county. That's in litigation, $300,000 for Gulfway ISD and $300,000 for Mullen ISD. So anyway, if I hear any news, I'll let everybody know. Maintenance issue, the south door has been repaired. Got that taken care of. And Ms. Campbell, we had a good audit report from Eckert, and I guess soon in the next few weeks or sometime, we'll get all that information and have them come give a presentation. I believe they did that. Did it by Zoom? Okay, I believe we did that last year. But anyway, the audit was very good. And the final note I have is go Lady Eagles and go boys basketball, state championship game will be Friday at 8:30 a.m. in San Antonio.
And if the boys win tonight, they play in the regional tournament.
Yes.
So
So good luck to all our Mills County teams. Okay, and number 15, adjourned. I hear a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
I got a motion by Commissioner Head adjourn. I'll second it. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting.